This is Scott from KIG. It's Thursday, March 31st, and we're going to do a runoff video today of the 6 horsepower ChillKing air-cooled glycol chiller, which is sold and going out to a cidery, I believe, in Arizona. This unit is model GC072-6K3. The 72 stands for 72,000 BTUs at nominal temperatures. And it's a serial number CK11H2170. So that means it's made in 2011. It's 208, 230 volts, 3-phase. We do have all the covers for it, but for this runoff and the way this chiller is designed, we don't have to have any covers on because the condenser, as it resides right there, is sealed, and we can get good flow through it. But again, so we have all the side covers for this unit. Right now, we've just been running the pump with the set point set high, so we can do a pull down here from about 70 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're going to bring it down to 28, and we're going to let it run for a while at 28, cycle on and off, and do a couple different videos here. So this is 208, 230, 3-phase. Your incoming power, you can come through any one of the panels that's ultimately on the chiller, and most people will come up through here and just come right up to the top of that primary contactor with your 3 hots, and then your ground is right here. Now when you first connect and start up a chiller, the thing about these chillers is they're 3-phase. The pumps and the fan are single-phase, so you can't go off pump rotation when you first power it up. And even when the compressor is rotating backwards, which is very bad if it does for a period of time, it's actually fairly quiet. So what I like to do, well, if you have a set of gauges there, an HVAC tech, it's a non-issue. But what I like to do is I like to start the unit up, let the compressor kick on, listen to it, monitor it for a couple seconds, disconnect the power, change any 2 power leads there, do the same thing over again. And the quieter of those 2 modes when the compressor is running is the right rotation. That's the most very simplistic layman's terms how to do it. So right now we have the tank temp is close to 80, I believe. Yeah, we have the set point at 80, and just the heat of the fluid running through has gotten it up to 79. So what you do is you press set, and we're going to bring it down to 28. We'll start chilling. I'll go over a couple things and then come back for a second video. 28. I'm going to press set again. Leave your differential at 3. Set again. C1. You want to leave it in C1 cooling mode. Set again. And that just defaults back to the temperature of the fluid. So that compressor just started up. It has again, we don't have any covers on. The covers are insulated, which makes everything a little bit quieter. And we started chilling at 9:52. Let me make a note of that. 9:52. So what we've done for this low temperature application is we've actually removed the tank, put a thicker insulation on the sides and on the bottom, reinstalled the tank, and we actually added additional insulation to the glycol lines. And we actually put a shutoff here also. So this is your suction drawing off the glycol reservoir, and then that just comes out, going out to your glycol loop. We have this little loop set up here for our testing, and we have that whole reservoir, which is about 55 gallons, full with a 40% concentration. The ChillKing chiller also has this little line right here. We insulated that also. That's the internal bypass line. In addition to that, you should probably, as a good practice, also have one on your glycol piping loop, which we'll walk the customer through. Here we have the high-low pressure switches and the switch for low ambient, the fan switching. This unit here, we also put in a fresh charge of our 410A refrigerant because when we did take the whole tank out, we had to cut some of the lines. Not a big deal, but just kind of the right thing to do. The unit, we also added a crankcase heater onto the Copeland stroller compressor. This is going into an environment that's not particularly cold, but it's nice to have that crankcase heater on there for when the chiller's outside in the colder months. It keeps that refrigerant from gelling up, especially when you're not running. And here this is actually a timer that's going to be dedicated to the Glycol level switch. We're going to either mount or ship loose with some wiring this alarm and buzzer, and that's tied into this delay timer right here, okay? And so if by chance your Glycol gets too low, there's a little float switch in here. It'll set off that alarm and buzzer. The reason there's a delay timer in that is so when it gets to the hairy edge, and hopefully it never happens, but it's a safety. If it gets to the hairy edge where that switch is kind of just tapping on and off, you don't want the buzzer to be going on and off. You want to wait to a certain point where it's a steady signal. Right now we don't even have the because you have to have the top cover off to get the lid of the tank on. We have the lid just resting there. We don't even have the top cover secured completely yet, but we will, of course, after we get all the panels on, getting this ready for shipping later this afternoon. So you basically have your Rainco temperature controller there. You have your primary contactor. All you have is this toggle switch for on and off power. Once you set that, it's set. Pretty much walk away. You have your controller transformer there. But really all you have to worry about is that incoming power, the phase rotation, putting it on a nice level surface, and go to town and start making some product. This unit actually has sight glass in the refrigerant circuit. Our compressor's on. It's green in the middle and nice and clear. That's what you want to see. So we'll come back to video number 2 in a bit here as we get down to our 28 Fahrenheit Glycol temps, and show you maybe a little bit of frost building up on it to show you what temps we're at, and then we're going to start freighting this, get it on a truck by the end of the day for the customer.